Yo, it's the Light Bass Assassin. What's up? What's happening? My dudes. We have finally got out on the water. It was dumb. Well, one, I had to do some yard work. Moderator doesn't want so high, blah, blah, blah. Who knows? But all I know is that we're on the water, guys. And when we get cast out there, we will have a continual streak of fishing. Dudes, this was close. I got to the ramp and the trim wouldn't go up, nothing would happen. Yo, what up, Dead Rabbit? Nothing would happen. I had to switch batteries. My ionic battery, for some reason, I don't know. I don't know if it wasn't charging. I don't know what happened, but it is not functional. So we switched over to the Lithium Pro. Now, past me was all like, why do I need, well, actually past Jennifer also was like, why do you need this many batteries? And I was like, I don't know, you know, like, we'll just need these batteries. They'll help out. Well, future and present me is all like, yeah, bro, past me, hook me up. So let's see what happens, guys. We are going to cast out here. I don't know what the app shows. That's a great question, moderator. Let me take a look at that. Great question. That's why the moderator is a thinker. Let's set all of this into sleep and all that. Yo, Colin, what up, dog? I have plugged and unplugged the GoPro battery. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see if we can continue the non-zero streak. Hopefully, we got a little bit of luck on our side because, you know, I had to wait for the exterminator, blah, blah, blah. All this other stuff has been happening. I should have actually spot locked. Happened today. Oh, Colin's got the XP already on his phone. Everything is good. So there we go, guys. We have our continual 70 days. I think today's 70. I don't know. It is 30 times 2 plus something of consecutive days of fishing. Now, hopefully we can keep our non-zero streak, but we will see. This Osprey's over here with us, so maybe he's telling us, bro, this is where the fish are at, dog. Do your thing. Yo, what up, Moon? I don't know if it's 70. Maybe the moderator knows. Somebody knows. We're gonna have to hire a mathematician on the channel just so we can keep track of, because these numbers are getting too big for my little brain. We're gonna stop off right here and try this area. Real quick. Feels like off to that side is some rock. We're kind of in the middle, so there should be rock on both sides. I still have the bumpers on. We are fishing with bumpers. Well, the stash was here for the 30 for 30, which was Saturday, which was Saturday was July 5th, I believe. So he was here for the 30 for 30, July 5th, and today is maybe the 16th. And if today is the 16th, then that means that it's possibly 71 days of consecutive fishing. That is 30 times 2 plus 11 days of consecutive fishing. Let's hope that our non-zero streak stays alive. I was not joking, guys. We are fishing with bumpers on. I think that's what you do in bowling to help your ability to hit the pins. But right now we got the bumpers on still because we just came off that ramp right there. We are not going to go far from the ramp because we don't know the status of our equipment. In fact, let's see what the app says while we are here. Wait, but Colin also dropped 5 on it. Fishing with Silver and me. Colin's got 5 on it. Grab your fishing pole, homie. Interesting. The ionic battery doesn't even show up on its app. Very interesting. All right. So that battery is MIA on its app as well. So, oh yeah, GM, I cruised to that ramp in hopes that it didn't have eelgrass. But then I looked and I cruised by and I was like, oh, that's got eelgrass, I'm out. That's why I came to this ramp over here. Very interesting. That was an interesting feel. My bait's out here getting feels, bro. Negative, moderator. If it's got juice in it, it will show itself. I don't know what the heck happened to it. How? Why? What happened? It was working, and then we charged it, and then it didn't work. What did I do? We should put our sun covers on. It's very odd here. Something is amiss here, bro. What is going on? You guys remember when I slammed my rod tip on the boat? When that thing went all stupid? Either this guide was broken at that time or it is broken now. One side of it is broken now because it is looking like it is freaking raspas out here. My reel looks like there's raspas inside of it. For those of you who are not bilingual, raspas are snow cones. It's like shaving ice out here with this. I am basically... What the heck is going on here? I am basically making this like 2-pound test. So now I'm gonna have to change the line. Well, son of a gun. Everything is starting to go haywire. But that's okay, guys. Adapt and overcome. We got a broken guide, apparently. Anyways. All right, guys, so let's think about this. We now have a rod down. That's fine. That's fine. We're a battery down and a rod down. As long as that we are not man down, because then we got a problem. Unlimited. I'm not exactly sure how JB Weld is going to help me get a new ceramic in that guide. The ceramic seems to have shattered and it's who knows where, the pieces. I don't know. It's not the turning around situation of the rod tip. It is the broken ceramic guide. I'm just glad I saw it before we hooked into something and we fought it back with 2-pound FC Sniper. We would have still got it in the boat, guys, but it would have been weird. Yo, what up, bromance? Is this live? Yeah, bro, the guide, it's broken. And it's just shaving my line. All right. The only thing to do when life is going crazy is to mask up, because it's game time. It's game time, boys. Yo, what up, Faith? What's happening? Oh, yes. This is Moon's test, bro. Moon tests us daily. He works on incantations, curses, as they call them. He tries to see the limits of our capabilities. Well, you know what, Moon? We're game, dog. We ain't worried about it. All right, so 71 days of chaos, of utter chaos. If you guys happen to see that short that I put out today, then you guys will be able to see some of the chaos. Yo, what up, Steve? Nothing but chaos here. It's chaos theory. I learned it on Jurassic Park. What's the time? We got to be cognizant of what time it is. Okay, it's about to be 6. It says sun goes down at 7:57. We'll have roughly 2 hours to get one single fish. Can it be done? If Moon has his way, the answer will be no. But if we have our way, the answer's gonna be, oh, hells yes. But we will see. I only thought that this question was relevant when I was younger, but to moon or not to moon, that is the question. What will happen? A chaotician, bro? Is that what somebody who deals in the realm of chaos, what they're known as? All right, guys, I received an email. Yo, what's up, Tim? It's early in the morning somewhere. It just so happens to be that it is not early in the morning right here. All right, so Steve sent this fish in. Let me make sure I can move my jig out of that rock real quick. With the subject line, best of the 5 fish this morning. Let me see if I can put shade on this. I don't think I can. Let's try that. There it is, guys. There's Steve's smiling face. Hopefully you guys can see it. I don't know why every time I exit YouTube, it's pausing it. Wow. That sound right there, guys, is me not tying or not gluing my shoe just yet. Oh, man. What do I do when I'm at my house? All right, we're definitely gonna have to get some water. What up, old school? Oh, wait, excuse me. What up, Mike? I was looking from a distance. You kind of look like old school's icon, but it wasn't. Yo, what up, Al? All right, guys, let's move. We have limited battery. I mean, I'm assuming that the battery is good, but now I have my three. Well, I have the two fish finders, Elon, and whenever the motor needs the juice, I got it all on one battery. I don't want that, but that's what we got. Yo, Al, this just in. The ionic battery seemed to have failed. I don't know what the deal is. I turned the power switch on for the boat. Dang, that's a lot of fish. What in the flip? I turned the power switch on, dog, and then it just kind of didn't let the trim go up. So I had to switch batteries. Dang, that's a lot of fish. Mike, I did get my fish finder back. But did that solve all the problems? Nah, dog. We just got problems left, right, up, down, neutral, defer. We got them all over the place. To call Ionic and be all like, yo, my dudes, you know that battery you just sent me? It doesn't work. And then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, send us another 50 bucks and send the battery back. And I'm gonna be all like, another 50, dog? How am I gonna go do that? Moderator 2538. Moderator 2538. All right, guys, I gotta get a drink of water. We've been out in the yard. We've been yardcore. Oh, man. So here's the thing, guys. I would have been done with the yard a lot faster, but I got an electric mower, you know, one of those Ecos or whatever they're called. Apparently the wind blew us off the spot like I took way too long. But I got one of those Eco mowers And it's pretty good, except when the grass is thick, it has a problem keeping up. So I end up having to charge it. Then I gotta wait for it to do its thing and charge, and then blah, blah, blah. So I had to wait, I don't know, like 3 times. And I've told the moderator that they haven't made a lawnmower that can outlast me. So I've petitioned for another battery, but those batteries are like $500, $400 to $500. I don't remember how much they are now. But then I can do probably less waiting, because I'll be all like, oh, well, let me charge this battery while the other one is being utilized. But right now, that is not the situation. So because of that, okay, let me see here. Just got back from fishing. Tim said he caught 3 bass and 15 crappie. And then he said, what the fish? I don't know what he's talking about the what the fish. Maybe I'm not. I need to get in all comments. So I can. All right, so let's answer all these questions. I switched batteries. The Lithium Pro is now my starter battery. At the ramp, that's where I found out that the Ionic was not behaving properly. So I had to switch batteries. So we're good there. I just don't know how. I'm assuming it charged just fine, but I don't know. So the Ionic app doesn't show anything. The battery is not responding. So I can't see the battery at all. So that's not good. Colin wants a lawn. Moon wants an electric mower. Yeah, bro, that assassin dude sounds like a lazy bro. Okay, so Maine doesn't like the $500 battery. Well, I'm not a fan either, bro, but I don't know. The last time I checked, I think they were about $300 or $400, maybe somewhere around there. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, the camera's not even right. We got chaos here, dogs. We got chaos, but we don't care, guys. We thrive in chaos. We are going to try and continue our non-zero streak, guys. And get off the water. Then we'll do some troubleshooting and figure out what in the flip is going on. Ah, little flip, my dog, yeah. I forgot, I gotta find a picture of that fool. I gotta go into the archives to get a picture of that fool. All right. Nobody likes to throw peace signs. That's cute. I always like to wave at people with no response. It's good stuff. All right, let's see here. Well, Tim, maybe you're not doing anything wrong, bro. You're just getting meals. Well, Snozook, we will see if the guys are going to be able to see said picture. There is a process. Most people can send a picture and it will immediately get shown. But with Snozook, there's always the filter process. Right now I'm throwing a 1/2 ounce jig. I have to even interpret what language he's speaking. Okay. This has been approved for display. Now, I gotta figure out how to do it though. Okay. How about that? Hopefully you guys can see that. We're switching over to a lipless rattle trap. A lipless rattle trap with pointless hooks. Because remember, the hooks got so rusty that the points broke off. All right, we are in 6 feet of water. I gotta have grass on me. Yep, the hooks are sharp enough to pull out grass. So that's good. Ish. In case any of you guys are wondering, the Italian team, the ladies' Italian team, beat the lady Norwegian soccer team to go to the semifinals, maybe? I don't know. Might be the semifinals of the Euro something. Who knows? It's just Italy and chick soccer beat Norway in some tournament in Europe. I happen to be watching that while I was waiting for my battery to charge. I didn't see a lot of it, but I'm just saying that, you know, it would have been a little easier on the eyes if Norway had won. But anyways, I knew Colin would come through and clean up the misinformation that I provided. No, I think most of the information was correct. It was just the tone in which I said it. There was no confidence in it. It was like, I think I was watching this. But I know it happened live. That I know. That was weird. Let's slightly reposition. The heck? How is the wind blowing me in that direction? That didn't make any sense. Anyways. Chaos, chaos, chaos. This may be the most chaotic Rodcast we have seen. Camera doesn't want to stay in the right spot. I don't know if I want to throw this 80-foot worm. In fact, did some of it break off? Nope. I think that's all of it. Maybe. Tim, there are no fish as of yet. No fish as of yet, my dude. This is the 30 times 2 plus 11 days of consecutive fishing. And we are trying to keep the consecutive non-zero streak also going. Silver, is it cool if you just kind of turn around a little bit? Trolling motor's blowing. Hey, you want us to be blowing up? I don't know, Al. This worm, its confidence level is not too high on this worm. But we'll see. We'll give it a shot. Dudes, I still have this hair jig tied on. If you guys notice, there's some a little bit different about this hair jig. Keen-eyed viewers will notice there's something different about that hair jig. But it's still on there, is all I'm saying. The shoe is not fixed. The hair jig is not ready. For some reason, the battery died. The guide on my rod is broken. It was shaving down my line. Yet here we are. It's game time. And I don't even have a shaky head tied on. So we are down 1, 2, 3 rods. What the? Is this a dream? We are down 3 rods. I did not trim the hair jig, if that's what you're referring to. No, sir, I did not give the hair jig a haircut. I merely apparently tampered with its fish catching effectiveness. Now, I will show him one more time. I don't think it's Groundhog's Day, dog. Oh, if it was Groundhog's Day, I'm gonna let Unlimited drive the boat. I'm gonna tell him, don't drive angry. That's weird. Let's get focused. Let's get focused. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what Alabama bass is saying. I got a 12-foot grizzly. No idea. Oh yeah, Faith, I know what Groundhog's Day is. That's why I said I was gonna let Unlimited drive like he let the groundhog drive. The hair jig, the hook of the hair jig did break off. It was a battle between me, Mother Earth, over the hair jig. And the hair jig was between both of us and was like, no, I don't want to go with him. Or maybe he did want to come with me, who knows? And Mother Earth was like, no, you can't go with him. And we battled it out. And FC Sniper won the day. But poor hair jig, he came back without a hook. So, did the hair jig actually win? Probably not. But nobody wins in a situation like that, guys. And now I got this line wrapped up all over my head. Ah, now I understand. And Snozook has gone off the deep end. But I only have myself to blame for that, because if I caught a fish, in order to keep Snozook focused, you got to catch fish. And then when you catch fish, then he doesn't go off on crazy tangents. He just kind of stays within the norm. But if you ain't catching fish, then all hell breaks loose. Just Snozook will settle down so that he won't be out there saying crazy stuff. I know Moon doesn't want you to bite, but just come on. Don't be stupid. The confidence level in that worm is probably why I'm not getting them to bite. Let me throw this hair jig out there without a hook. And you know, the irony will be that that's when I'll feel a bite on the hair jig and I'll be like, oh yeah, that is a cool bite. But there'll be no hook. And I'll be like, anyways. We're now throwing Don's chatterbait. So, all right, Snozook said he's not crazy. His mom had him tested. And then he hysterically laughed at his own message. Now, I know that I've hysterically laughed at things that I've said, but they're funny. No, but like, I've never typed that many emojis in. And I've never claimed to be sane. So there's a couple differences there. Now I'm landing in every single piece of grass. And now YouTube has taken me out of the entire live stream. I just hit back and now I'm out of the live stream, guys. So let's add it to the chaos. Let's keep it real. That's what we want. We'll continue the chaos as is. Adapt and overcome, homies. Let me get back into the Rodcast somehow. Can I just get back into my own live stream YouTube, if that'll be cool? Okay, thanks YouTube. I'm back. All right, guys, remember, we are still trying to catch that 5-pounder. Will it happen in this chaotic day? I don't know, but it can. We're just trying to catch that 5-pounder to pay out a $100 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card in a random drawing to somebody watching the live. If we catch it, then we call that fish a BBL plus, and we then come up with some phrase, a phrase of whatever the moment speaks to us, and then we try and say, now what's going on? Now why is my phone off? It's not. Yo, YouTube, just play my live stream, fool. Dudes, I tested him twice, and that's my fault. Son of a fish. I should have just set that hook. MTL. I have not caught a single fish. That was my first potential nibble right there, dude. But we are getting ready. This is part of the test, dog. The chaos is part of the test. We have the faith of a mustard seed, dog. We ain't tripping. We just want to make sure that we can get back to the dock. That's what our concern is. Catching a fish is not the concern. Getting back to the dock. That's what we are a little concerned about. We should have enough juice because all the batteries should have charged last night. Why they wouldn't have, I don't know. All right, I feel the rock, guys. I am just going to slowly roll through here. I should have slammed that potential bite when I had the chance. But anyways, Josh, the big motor is not out. It's just the main, well, the battery. So I had I had an Ionic starter battery connected to it, and it is one that we sent back to Ionic to get fixed, and then Ionic sent it back to us, and it worked a couple times, so we're like, all right, that's cool, that's cool. And then we charged it last night, but when we charged it, apparently something didn't work right. Who knows what, dog? So I had to switch my Lithium Pro with my Ionic battery in order for us to have a starter battery. So we got it. It's just I don't know. I also had to connect Elon to it. So now we got a different combination than what we usually roll with. So we're a little concerned how much juice it has. I am using a half-ounce jig, Blue Craw. I'm gonna throw a shaky head out there in a second. But we're gonna cast to this side over here. There's a hump and the point is right here, right in front of me. I don't know why the camera is turning as well. I mean, what else, guys? We ain't worried about it, though. We ain't tripping. There's a little bit of grass over there. Okay, maybe I'm... Okay, I think I'm caught up on the stream. So we'll see, guys. But not worried. Now, I don't know how many other spots we're gonna hit up because the main motor is pulling juice from the starter battery because potentially there's something wrong with the alternator or the voltage regulator or some part on the main motor. So it's not charging my battery, so I gotta make sure that I got enough battery for everybody. The main motor, the fish finder, Elon, the other fish finder, the trim, all of it. I have not fished the riprap. Oh yeah. But what's up, Don? Yes, Nazook, I'm sure that Guntersville will come and save me, bro, but if I can avoid it, I will. I mean, if I need to, I could just fish all the way back over to there on the trolling motor. So I'm not that concerned. I'm not totally concerned, but what I am gonna do is change my worm to the Mag Dizzy. All right, I'm gonna slow roll this jig. That's what I'm thinking, Tim. Mag Dizzy usually doesn't let me down. And I also got to tie on a shaky head. I'm not utilizing all the tools available to me. I appreciate that, Steve. I had to freaking switch batteries right on the ramp just so that we can make the Rodcast happen. Got to think on the feet. I was going to call in the big guns. I was going to call in the moderator, but I said, hold on, moderator. Let me see if I can fix this. She was ready to order another boat. I was like, relax, moderator. Let's not go that far. I don't think it's silver. Snizook. If only I could catch a fish now. And it be the BBL Plus. Then it'd be all like, all right, guys, boom. We're done. We out. I got to go figure out what my battery problem is. And I thought I had a multimeter on the boat, but somehow the multimeter disappeared. I don't know where it went. And it's not in any of my many compartments. It was lost. Oh, I appreciate that, dog. Let's just see how long that takes is the question. I'm gonna go a little further to the right. I'm getting hung up in a lot of grass towards the left. I'm gonna find where that grass edge is and pop out of it. And at that point in time, there should be a little drop also. All right, moderator's sending me distracting messages. She's not letting me focus. Something about birds. She think I'm a bird watcher. I'm not a bird watcher, moderator. All right, let's throw Don's chatterbait out there. And then we're gonna throw that Mag Dizzy. All right, Don's Chatterbait, it is time for you to shine. Show him what's up, Don. That's all grass, guys. That's grass. Remember, guys, we are trying to keep our non-zero streak alive. Johnny 5 alive. Let's keep that streak going. A megalodon is incoming. I have no idea what that reference was to. Dad Rabbit, no idea. There's a little bit of eelgrass on top. Nothing crazy. Seven feet of water. Grass. Felt fishy, but not quite. Snook. That's exactly why when the both of you guys get into a conversation, it is very, let's just say, entertaining to see what actually conversations. All right, I'm putting on that Mag Dizzy. I'm throwing to the Pinot. And this is the C-Mac worm. One, it catches a lot of air on the way when you cast it, so it slows you down, doesn't let you go as far. And two, I don't know, I just wasn't confident with it. So we're gonna throw this Mag Dizzy. This is the last Mag Dizzy we have in this pack. I don't know how many we have left, but this is the last one in that particular pack. And I'm gonna fix this toothpick because that toothpick keeps on sliding. I don't know why exactly, but it keeps on sliding. Where are my toothpicks? ASMR of fishing. I guess that was a toothpick right there. What the heck? I asked where there's a toothpick, and now there's toothpicks all over the boat. Excellent. All right, let's get it, homies. That's how we cast. That's some distance. Wait a second. Moon is over here cursing eelgrass. Moon, don't act like you're on our side now, bro. You know you're trying to curse us. What hooks do I like for the Nico rig? They're, what? VMC maybe? It's like a red, white name. Maybe some black in it. But I believe it to be VMC. Something bit me. And there we go, guys. The Mag Dizzy has produced on the first cast the tiniest, the tiniest little fish. I just don't want him to ruin my worm. Dude, this fish, so tiny. But it is gonna continue, if it gets in the boat, continue the non-zero streak. Washalo! Hey, bro, my worm. Don't be like that, dog. Washalo. Oh, yeah. Mag Dizzy in the house. There you go, guys. With this little tiny fish, the 71-day non-zero streak continues. Oh, thank the good Lord. Thank the good Lord that this little butter right here, oh, that's what's up. How'd I even feel this guy? How'd I set the hook on him? There's a lot of questions that we're asking ourselves. But one question we are not asking ourselves is, what does it feel like to end? Because thankfully, we don't got to ask that question. And we don't got to answer it. So thank the good Lord that the consecutive non-zero streak continues. That was ridiculous. Does it count? That is a great question, Unlimited. I don't even know if it counts. That right there is the tiniest fish. Dude, When I set the hook, like the line went over my head and I was like, what is going on here? I don't know why. Usually when I set the hook, a fish pulls back. So I set the hook all cool and stuff. But this time I set the hook and it gave so much that the line went over my head. I was like, what the heck just happened here? So I was confused. The fish was confused. We were all confused. And we're still confused at why that little fish would have eaten my Mag Dizzy. Ah, all the chaos. Now, we don't think that's going to be our only fish, guys, but if it is, we are thankful. And even if it isn't, we are thankful for that little fish, because that little fish is enough. In fact, I should have just dropped the mic right there and been all like, yo, peace out, guys. We don't know how much battery is available and blah, blah, blah. And I should have just walked off stage straight into the water and been like, peace out, homies. See you guys on the next Rodcast. But that's not what we did. Don said he believes that the worm bit the fish. Now, Don, there was probably some grappling going on, and the fish tried to get away, and the worm just kind of anaconda squeezed him, and the fish had no choice but to come in. So, your story has some validity. All right, guys, now that we got that fish in, I need to have a mic off moment. You know, I'll probably be up here throwing up or something, be all like, oh man, I can't believe it took that long to get that fish. No, I gotta have a mic off moment, guys. So I will see you in a second. All right, guys, we are back. Now I also need to get some water. What? What was that, guys? That tiny fish. Hey, bro, sometimes it's rough. Oh. I'm reading some of these messages here, guys. Colin says, if a bassassin falls into the water but a creel is not here to see it or hear it, does it make a sound? I doubt it. Creel might still feel it, bro. There'll be a disturbance in the force and Krill will be all like, what just happened here? That dummy fell in the water, didn't he? I knew that dummy would fall in there. Ah, shucks. Now I got to see it on the replay. But guys, toss to the Pino. Oh, man. Unlimited. Had unwavering faith. Toss to the Pino, boys. He's a little bigger, but not by much. This guy probably really bit the worm. The worm didn't bite him. But if we toss to the Pino, boys, my worm better still be here, fool. Because if it isn't, we're going to throw down. You and I, toe to toe, Gallo Negro versus Pescado Verde. Get over here, Pescado Verde. And there we go, guys. A little more respectable fish. Pero guachalo, just a little Juan. This is just an orale in the house, but it is a little more respectable than the other fish. Actually, I respect that other fish because that other fish was a little tiny vato and he was punching up. This fish right here was picking on this worm. That other dude was all like, okay, look, worm, I know you're 3 times my size, but I'm still going to try and eat you. Is that cool? And my worm was all like, just try it, bro. See what happens. And there we go, guys. A little more respectable. So now, the non-zero streak continues. Though it did before. But now, it continues. Let's keep throwing to the Pino. Now let's see what happens. I have been working it extremely slow, so let's see what happens. If you guys noticed, I had enough time to drop the phone. He's heating up. Oh, yes. Krill might be watching Storage Wars. I don't know if there was a new episode today, so he might be watching Storage Wars. Okay, that felt a little bite-ish, but maybe not. I'm in the grass right now, or else it's the biggest bass. Nope, it was just grass. But I'm telling you guys, I don't know if it's a confidence thing. That's a bass. Oh, it was. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to leave you on the floor because this reading and dropping the phone, I'm gonna have to read you guys from a distance. But I don't know if it's a confidence thing. Maybe it's a distance, a casting distance. I don't know. But as soon as I put that Mag Dizzy on, we locked in. It was just, I think the fish felt the belief go down the line. And it was like, yo, bro, he believes in this worm. And so shall I. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, Moon. Well, one, we finally broke your curse. Your curses keep getting tougher and tougher, dog. But I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. We too used to watch Storage Wars, bro. In fact, so much so that I went to a couple storage auctions in New Mexico. Now, I did make some money. I would look, but see, as these people were auctioning stuff off, I would be looking inside of the thing, you know, just checking it out. And I had my cell phone there, and the people that were in the Storage Wars with me didn't seem to be too tech savvy, so I could look up prices of stuff and I'd be like, all right, if that works, then it's gonna be this, that, and the other. I could probably make this much off of it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But they would never look. So I was able to bid. In fact, my aunt was there and she said she didn't like it when I would go because I would just make the bidding too high. And I was like, Tia, it's all business out here. It's nothing personal. But maybe you shouldn't have spanked me so many times when I was younger, Tia, and then maybe I'd go easy. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Dudes, I was about to buy a storage, a storage unit that had, like, I don't know, maybe 10 to 15 tanning beds. But I was like, if any of them work, well, then I could sell them. But if they don't, now I got 10 to 15 tanning beds that, what the heck am I gonna do with these? Dang, imagine me and the moderator, we would have had our own tanning beds like rich people. Ay, ay, ay. We would have been so tanned. It'd be like we were in the beach all the time. People would be like, yo, your skin is always so vibrant and stuff. I mean, it's getting a little like sun damage, but it's so vibrant. Your tan is so blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, it's all the yard work. Just go out there, guys, do some yard work, and you could have a tan like me. Or I could use that as a selling point and be like, you too could have a skin like this. And maybe I wouldn't have the white legs, dog. I wouldn't have my freaking albino legs because I could put them in the tanning bed. And then, oh man, guys, it would be beautiful. I just read Moon's curse and now I'm stuck. Moon! No, I didn't read all of it. He said my curse is, and then I got stuck. But that's because I was messing around. So let's go get unstuck. And let's go see. Tia Sevilla? No, it wasn't Tia Sevilla, bro. It was a different Tia. Snazook, every time I bid, I'll be right there and I'll be like, one time. Come on now, one time. Now you. That's how I would bid, bro. No, I don't remember how I bid, dog. More than likely, it was very subtle because, you know, I don't want these people, when I'm out on the prowl, bro, the predatory animal does not show himself. He just kind of watches the environment and then does a little eye contact with the whatever the dude's job or name is. I don't know what he's called. Is he the storage war ringleader? I don't know what he's called. This is not a BBL. It is probably a little John. But I've said it before, guys. I only go where God puts me, so we got stuck. Moon thought he was going to curse us to get stuck, and then we moved here and cast it from a different angle. So we just do what we gotta do. We are, though, tossing that mag dizzy. Remember about that. So come on over here, guys, for a waterside chat. I'm going to have to waterside chat this fool because he's going to ruin my worm. And then I'm going to get sad because each worm is $1. Will you come off, glove? Each worm is $1, and I'm cheap. He's probably just a little John, little Juan. Oh, apenas little Juan again. But he's a different style, little Juan. Watch out, little guys. We're getting a little bigger. Let's weigh this little fatty. He ain't a little John, but he's a little Juan. Not a little John, guys. Remember that. Got him. The weight is in. Will you just lock it in? The weight is in, guys. He is a little fatter, but it don't matter. He ain't the 5-pounder that we're looking for. Ah, he tore my mag dizzy. All right, guys, in case you guys are new to the channel, I'm a cheapskate, so he tore the face of my mag dizzy. See, he split it all up right there. So all I'm gonna do is clip that off with my fingers, shrink the mag dizzy a little bit, make it a, not yet, but it's almost a mid dizzy. We'll do a little almost mid dizzy right there. It is less than mag, but more than mid. And we'll send it back out there, guys. Mag dizzy. Doesn't look like anything special. But this worm, it's a threat out there. So, Robbie, I appreciate that. The only problem is, Doug, the only problem is that there is a supply and demand issue here. I knew of a place that had the green pumpkin magic, the color that I like to throw, and then magically they didn't have them anymore. But also, at some point in time, I received a shipment of Mag Dizzy worms. So I'm just saying, those two, I mean, they might correlate, they might not. I don't know. All I'm saying is that those two things happened at the same time or near the same time. So there is a real supply issue going on here. I would have bought more if I could, but I do appreciate you even offering that, dog. But, Robbie, even if I had a year's supply of Mag Dizzies, bro, a year's supply can't get rid of a bazillion years of being Mexican, dog. So I can't undo that. It's in my DNA. So even if I had 10 million worms, my mom saw me throw any way that they had a little, the head of the worm was messed up a little bit, then she'd be like, mijo, why are you being so wasteful? And I'd be like, all right, chief, I will cut off the heads and shrink them down till they're about the size of a Ned rig. And then after that, chief, I got to put my foot down. I'll give him to the stash so he has magnetes, but I cannot use them after they get near the size of a Ned rig. I should save them for him so he could have magnetes, bro. Then he'll be super cool with some magnetes. Oh, dang it. That was a fish holding it. My bad, guys. I kept on feeling something weird, but I didn't set the hook. That's on me, baby. That's on me, baby. That's my fault. Dude, so now the stash will have the magnetes and the Nednuki. He might be a formidable foe at that point in time. Mag Dizzies, I mean the Magneti and the Nednuki, bro, psh, it's over for the fish. All right, so we got some grass out there. I'm gonna work it through there. I'm gonna try and go still chill. If I go too fast, I think I just kind of give them the, that was grass. I think, I hope, maybe. Old school. Were you getting worried that the streak was not going to continue? So I'll be honest with you, old school. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just go in the afternoon, no big deal, whatever. I would have been here a little bit earlier, but I had to wait on the exterminator because the moderator wasn't there because she doesn't like to see me do yard work. Because she'll see me all hot and sweaty and she'll be like, oh my God, what a hunk. So I'm out there doing all this yard work and then she's gonna be all like, hey, do you want some iced tea? And I'll be like, moderator, I don't drink sugar. I don't eat sugar anymore. I don't want your iced tea. But either way, she couldn't handle it, bro. So she had to leave because I was all sweaty and whatnot. Or maybe it's because I smelled. Who knows? I probably had like onion pits, and then she was all like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here. This guy's trying to hug me and he smells like onions. So whatever the case was, she wasn't there, and she asked me, hey, can you wait for the exterminator to get there so he could finally apply some stuff to kill the spiders? And I was like, I guess. So then I chilled out there for another like 20 minutes. Then I came to the ramp. And then when I got to the ramp, I was like, happy-go-lucky, bro. I was like, da-da-da-da-da, I'm about to go fishing. I'm about to go fishing. And then I hit the trim button, and I was like, I'm not about to go fishing. I'm not about to go fishing. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? So I had to switch batteries, and then that solved it. Because, my dude, it was going to be extreme chaos if I had to do all kinds of, like, if I had to bust out the kayak at that point in time, over, bro. Over. I would have been out here at night fishing in the kayak, and I'd be like, yo, it's a land bass assassin. What's up? What's happening? You guys can't see me. I can't see me. Nobody can see me. Let's cast in front of us and run it back to us. We moved. The Pino's right there, but we're not on the angle to throw to the Pino. We are about Pino-ish distance, so we're gonna throw back towards where we were and see if we can't get a fish or two from there. Dead rabbit wins the post of the craziest. I don't even know what he's talking about. He just said he was watching the first 15 minutes of a movie. So yeah, dudes, if we can catch a 5-pounder, we will give out a $100 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card in a random drawing here, guys. But we haven't been able to find them. Snozook, it's possible that I cannot see it because... Oh, there it is. Okay, well, I don't know if I'm any better for reading that, but... okay. It is a comment. And Snozook might be right. That might be one of the craziest comments. Not that I'm looking for crazier. So please, guys, do not partake in crazier. And it is possible we might get into crazier. Let's throw Don's chatterbait out there. And then we will, maybe ever since I chopped this down to a mid-dizzy, these guys are all like, you know what, bro? I don't think I really want a mid-dizzy. I'm looking for a mag dizzy. Got any mags? And I'll be like, I do, but I don't want to waste them, so anyways. Yo, bros, did you guys see that All-Star game? I found that All-Star game somewhat entertaining. The way they played out the ending was cool. And I don't even really like baseball. I guess there's even less baseball fans here than I would have thought. But yeah, guys, either way, the baseball game, they were down. I think the American League was down. Maybe. Down 6-0. Maybe top of the 7th. And at some point in time, they scored 4 runs, possibly in the 7th. And then in the 9th inning, they tied it up. But apparently, there were no extra innings. They were going to have a hit-off or whatever. It's basically a home run derby type situation. They picked 3 dudes to bat, and however many home runs were hit off of that, that's what determined who won. I'm telling you guys, it was entertaining. Oh really, you sons of fishes? I know you guys are just white bass. Hurry it up, 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 hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up, up, up. Okay. Looks like we won't even get to throw into them because let's just test the hooks here. I'm sure these are white bass. Well, there was one. I'm just assuming that the bait ball is running in this direction because the wind is blowing in this direction. Now this is a dangerous game I'm playing here because this is old rusty hook, lipless. And if he ends up stabbing me, maybe I get lockjaw. Or maybe I'm impervious to lockjaw. Snizook. I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you. Just let sports be sports, right? But the irony is that rather than adhering to your own guidelines, I'm over here fishing, which is also sport. And then when I look in the chat, bro, I'll see some potential political comments, and I'm like, oh, that's where we're headed today, guys. All right. So, you know, just seems a tad bit ironic, but this is America, dog. You do you. Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan, bro. Born and raised. I also have Cowboys tickets. You know, in case anybody wants to go to a Cowboys game, holla at your boy. But again, Snizook, this is America, dog. I will never stop you from being able to say what you want, dog. Do your thing. You know there's only really one red line. Fish around here, guys, but I'm trying to get this bait back. I just cast it in. They're all like, yo, I want to eat. I'm sure these are white bass though, guys. That's the problem. And we're not after white bass. But I've heard people say, yo, largemouth roll with white bass and this, that, and the other. You just got to get past the white bass. But anytime I'm there, there is no past the white bass. It is white bass, white bass, white bass. The Bucks or the Cowboys? So, let me tell you something, dog. One time, I made a bet. I mean, I did not make a bet. One time, I had a gentleman's agreement with this vato. And I was all like, look, vato. Because he was going around and he was just talking up all kinds of noise, bro, saying, yeah, the Browns are going to have a better record or are going to be way better than the Cowboys and this, that, and the other. And what was that? That was weird. That's what that was, guys. Half my worm is gone. Why? Okay, now this might be a magneti. Ah, son of a gun. I just stabbed myself with the hook. So the hook's sharp, guys. Now do I have some more frickin'... That's empty. Aw, yeah. We still got some, guys. So yeah, so I made a gentleman's agreement with this dude that the Browns were going to... I took the Cowboys. He took the Browns. He said the Browns were going to be better, blah, blah, blah. Yada, 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 this, that, and the other. So, in fact, he was just a bystander watching two men make a gentleman's agreement. And then he heard it, and he jumped in and said, I will also be part of that gentleman's agreement. And I said, I'll take the both of you guys, whatever, bro. I'm not scared. So then, at that point in time, here's the deal, guys. At that point in time, I worked where these gentlemen worked. But then, I changed jobs. So I now worked in a different location. But just because I left doesn't mean that the gentleman's agreement was null and void. It was still rolling, right? So I don't know about you guys, but this will play into the story later on. But you know, sometimes I don't talk to some homies for a long time. You know, like we just don't text, we don't send messages, we're just whatever. And then every now and then they pop into my head and I was like, oh, I'm gonna send them a message about this, that, and the other. Okay, cool. And then my homies respond back and they're all like, what up, dog? Oh yeah, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Everybody's cool. Okay, cool. And so that's just the way life is. So I end up at the end of the season, I just expect them to hit me up and be all like, oh, dude, we lost. Gentleman's agreement. We need to make right on the gentleman's agreement. And I was like, all right. So I'm expecting that. But none of them do that. So I'm like, all right, cool, cool. Cool, cool. And then I wait. I wait, and then he's got to be little, bro. You ruin my worm and I will... Okay, I'm just gonna try and shake him off. So I waited for either one of those gentlemen to holler at me. Oh, he threw up a shad. And none of them hollered at me. So then I start hollering at these gentlemen. I'm like, yo, dudes, what's up? The season's over. I'm pretty sure I won that gentleman's agreement. Puro little Juan. That gentleman's agreement, so what's the deal? So one vato was all like, oh yeah, okay, cool. You're right, you did. And then they were all like, what was the gentleman's agreement for? And then I told them how many, you know, how much how many acorns we decided to make our gentleman's agreement on. And then he kind of balked a little bit, and I was like, hey, don't you balk, bro. And then he goes, no, you're right. Okay, I remember. I was like, all right, cool. Then this other gentleman, I'll call him a gentleman, but I think I think differently of him, but I will call him a gentleman as not to tarnish his unknown name. But this gentleman, I text him and I was like, yo, what's up? It's time to pay out these said number of acorns. And then the gentleman was all like, excuse me, I know not what you speak of. And I was like, wait a second. And initially, he went back and forth. It was like, oh yeah, I kind of do. Nah, but no, I don't remember that. And I was like, bro, I remember exactly what happened. I never forget gentlemen's agreements. So I will tell you what happened. We were in this room and this vato was talking to me, and then you jumped in because you thought you wanted a piece of whatever the gentleman's agreement was, and you agreed to the same gentleman's agreement for the same amount of as this other. Yeah. I don't remember that. Nah, don't even. And then this gentleman was all like, well, you know, I haven't heard from you in like this many months, so I just assumed that. And I was like, whoa, what are you talking about, dog? A gentleman's agreement is a gentleman's agreement whether you hear from me or not. Like, it doesn't, just because I haven't sent you a message, it's null and void. And he's like, well, I just thought it wasn't. And I was like, nah, bro. We don't got to be pen pals in order for this gentleman's agreement to stand. I was like, well, yeah, but I mean, you should have, like, me to send you messages. Hey, how you doing today? Oh my God, I'm just checking in, seeing how you're doing, just to make sure that our gentleman's agreement is still running, you know, hopefully everything's well. Toodles, hugs and kisses. Little kiss, big hug, little kiss, whatever. And I was like, bro, that's not what I need to do, dog. That anybody who's worth in knows that you don't need to be all best buds forever. If you had a gentleman's agreement, I got a fish back here while I was putting the light on. If you have a gentleman's agreement, it's probably the same size. I'll turn the camera so you guys can see the action while I'm putting this. If you have a gentleman's agreement, it is just an agreement whether you like it or not. If you like the outcome, you pay it, you're a man, boom, boom, and you guys are good to go. But this vato, he decided to show his true colors. And needless to say, no, vato, that's my worm, dog. Needless to say that vato did not pay it. And was I a little PO'd? Oh yeah, bro. That right, big fish. Listening times, it only costs you a certain number of acorns to find out that someone is a bredocha. So to me, I saw it as a very cheap way to learn that this guy was a straight up bredocha. I was like, dog, this guy is the biggest bredocha I've ever seen in my life. So it was cheap, I guess. I mean, it wasn't for only like a few amount of acorns. It was for a decent amount of acorns. And I just felt like that vato, I mean, this guy was, the irony is, dog, oh no, Creel, you paid the dollar, bro. But the irony is that that dude was, I'd say maybe either the size of Unlimited and not Unlimited right now in his current state, but the size of Unlimited or somewhere around there, bros. And like, I was like, dude, how, bro? How are you a bredocha when you're the size of a small bear cub or like whatever? Like how are you, like, it just didn't make sense to me, bro. All I didn't get, and I don't know, bro. We'll let the universe that. That was weird. I popped it up bass, and then all of a sudden we're in a bass. Pero they're all small, guys. So the universe shall deal with him not paying out. So yes, Nazook, if you require us to be pen pals, then you broke my worm, you son of a fish. If you require us to be pen pals, Snizook, we cannot do a gentleman's agreement because he's a little heavier, but dang, bro, that guy, you get judged harshly for your dive. Gonna have to tear off the head of that worm. Ah, son of a fish. Did that story scar me? Who knows, bro? All I know is that it made me wiser. Because I try not to deal with bredochas as much as I can, because they are not worth the headache. Don, we have caught some fish. Moon says that bredochas come in all shapes and sizes. So I definitely don't play about my acorns, bro. So it put me in a weird situation because like I had to see that dude every now and then. I'm like, oh my God, bro. We'll call it 10 even. How'd that be, Doc? See, that particular gentleman's agreement, Snozook, that one I might not remember. At least I remember details for it. If we acorns, yo, dude, all summer I've been storing up these acorns for the winter. So that I will remember. I'll remember all the acorn gentleman agreements that I make. That's not the problem. It's the ones that involve things that I don't usually partake in. Because I'm telling you, the part that bothers me is I could never let that person, because all I see standing before me is puro brerocha, and I'm all like, dude, why? Why? Why would you even agree to this if you couldn't handle it? Just like my homie Ice Cube says, if you can't pay, better them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just makes sense. Shake 'em up, shake 'em. If you can't stand pain, better hold 'em. And that's just what I thought. But it was semi-cheap in the grand scheme of things because I don't partake in anything with that vato. It was troubling. Oh yes, Nazook. And we paid that out because that one right there, that gentleman's agreement, I came in and something, I think played the Bucks because that was like that weekend. Now if you come to me in like February, I'm gonna what? I remember the information, but I don't remember what. That's the problem, bro, is the length of time that it takes for it to pay out. So that's the issue. What big girls? I mean, you got what looks to be almost a big girl mouth, but a big girl. Maybe we're getting there, but the mouth is huge. Bring them out, bring them out. Bros, look at this. I'm gonna show you guys up close what I'm looking at here. Like, at least on one side of this fish leads me to believe that it's a giant. Not Size of mouth. Okay, probably as big as my mouth. But look at the size of this guy's eyeball. That looks like a big old bug-eyed friggin' huge fish. But it's not. It's not a huge-eyed fish. All right, guys, so we thought that we weren't going to catch a fish. I mean, did we really? We just sweated it. We ain't going to lie. There was a little bit of sweating. And then now we're crying about them not being big enough. We might have to bust out Don's chatterbait. What are you doing? Hey, Snozook, when you said skinny body, big head, are you talking about me, dog? Shh. Bro, I know I lost some weight, but come on, dog. I have feelings. At least I've been told that I could have feelings. But again, remember, guys, I told you guys, Mexicans cannot cry. There are only a couple of occasions that it is allowed. Death. And probably that's it. Death. Like when they die. That is when they can cry. Dudes, do not forget about that subscriber giveaway. It is for a $50 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. We do them every 500 subscribers, bro. We're giving away a $50 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. It will be, I believe, July 25th. All you got to do is put a comment in 3.5K subscriber giveaway video and you'll be entered to win. It's that easy, dog. Of course, you got to be a subscriber. My bad. Yeah, you got to be a subscriber and then put a comment in there and then boom, you're entered to win. And then after that, we do the random drawing on the water live usually, but we're usually live, like let's say weather is crazy, then we just do it live from the Tackle Tavern. And we just go out there and we're like, what up? This is the winner. Boom, boom, boom. And then we bird's nest. And then everybody's happy. Everybody's all like, yeah, bird's nest. Woo! Live. Bird's nest. He looked ridiculous. But anyways. And if we catch a 5-pounder, which has eluded us, and now it might elude us a little more because we got to see what's wrong with our battery. We were going to cruise to a spot where I believe there could have been one, but we didn't want to go too far. This is the first time that our battery has done this, whatever it just did. So we got to play it safe. Yo, peace out, crew. We're casting sort of towards the pino. Let's see what happens. I think we got to cast a little bit more to the left. Let me take a look at the Jumbotron up there. I believe it's got to be a little bit to the left. So yes, guys, we do them every 500 subscribers. So we slowed down on the subscriber count. So this could be the last subscriber giveaway. Your help. You're gonna have to go and tap a homie on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, vato, you know this vato, the Latin assassin?" And they'll be like, "Nope, never heard of him." I'm like, that makes sense. And then you tell them, "Hey, you should probably subscribe, dog. You could win $50 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card, bro. It's that easy." Snizook. He said roll it into the next one, but then he says pick someone else. Which one is it, Snizook? It can't be both. It cannot be both. All right, guys, so lately I've been waking up at 4:30, but then promptly hitting my snooze button for some reason, and then waking up at 5:30, and then waking up at 6. I don't know what the deal is. All right, that's my last cast with this worm, at least to this location, and then I will bring this chatterbait, and I will a little prayer for these fish because they feel the vibration. Kendall, I mean, the streak is still alive, so we can't complain. We were a little concerned at first. But we're good now, dog. We got a fish. We're good, dog. We're good. The streak continues. We are at 30 times 2 plus 11. Where's my sunglass? All right. Our sunglasses are taken care of. That way we don't lose them. and add it to the pairs of sunglasses we've lost here. Let's switch to Don's chatterbait. Ah, son of a gun. That trocar hook is sharp. That's hit me. So delayed because what's wrong with that battery? Guide. Probably be delayed. What happens? And that'll probably be the day that I wake up on time and I'm like, all right, let's go do all these things. But in order to replace the, I probably have to go to the GTO. Though they have those guide replacements that are, I mean, they're basically like the ones at Walmart. I wish they had a better one. Because that one doesn't have a small tip replacement. It's a bigger, like just way bigger than the one that came on that Loomis rod. So that causes an issue. All right, let's slowly move around this area right here. We'll basically let the wind kind of maneuver us, and then we'll just course correct every now and then. I usually don't fish like Michael Jackson with one glove on, guys, but anyways. So here's the deal, guys. While I am fishing this, oh, and I never told you guys that other fish weighed 2 pounds, 10 ounces, whatever fish I weighed. While I'm fishing this, I'll let you guys see that sunset right there, and I will only turn you back towards me if there's something that you need to see. These fish look like they're holding on the bottom, which is making me Yo, Moon, they seem to, when I went, dude, the last time I went, it was only, I wanted the really small ones, but that's grass. But they had one, a set, I think it was a Fuji, maybe. It was the Fuji's, bro, or Fiji, I think it's Fiji. They had where the 3 options They were bigger than I would have wanted. Because when I looked at the G. Loomis tip, it's not big. Actually, if I was smart, I would take off right now because one, I don't know how long the battery, how well the battery is doing. And I would also take off so that I can try and figure out what's wrong with the other battery. Cuba 22, what's up? Dead Rabbit, those are prices for some G. Loomis rods. $22, how are you sweating your bass off, dog? Where you at? What you got, like, conditioning you in? What's going on here? Guys, the zoo is trying to sleep. If we don't send him comments, he can go to keep sending him comments. He's gonna pop back awake and be all like, huh? Oh yeah, good night, Moon. Good night, Moon. Hope you curse us tomorrow. Yo. my yard, bro. Done. Even though Creel said I was gonna die. Like Creel, come on. That's the ultimate insult, bro. Thinking I'm gonna die out here mowing a yard in a feels like temp of whatever. I'm like, come on, bro. You see me, dog? I'm browning down. Oh, now you guys awoke my brother. Puro Tino Dad in the house. ¿Qué pues, Tino Dad? No show. No show. No show has entered the show, guys. Chat. No show. Chatting powers, come to me, please. Dead Rabbit was about to leave until he saw no show in the chat. He's like, wait, I can hang out for this. Dang, bros. Not a single taker on Don's chatterbait today. Pero why? What happened? Yo, no show. Dead Rabbit wants to know what you've been up to, dog. Let's see what this is, guys. He's gonna... What has he been up to? That's what I'm saying, dog. If they're not Don's chatterbait, some night or in the day, they must have been boiled alive. Pobres. All the fish in the lake got boiled alive. Been up to 0. Dang, hopefully Kimmy doesn't see that. Because if he's been hanging out with Kimmy, and then he says, yeah, I've been up to 0, Kimmy might be all like, oh, is that a fact? I ain't night fishing, dog. This is just regular fishing. But, moderator, now a question popped into my head. Boss, what's for dinner? Seeing as how well you were gone, I had to feed myself. I think popcorn, grapes, an orange, and maybe 3 potato chips. I think I might have eaten around 3 potato chips. Oh, Kimmy, slap him in the head. Slap him in the head, Kimmy, if he said nothing, 0. All right, guys, we got ourselves a buzzer beater. Ooh, a shallow buzzer beater. It ain't big, but it beat the buzzer. Buzzer beater. at this little sunset bass. He ain't huge, guys, so don't be fooled by this no scale. I mean, because this guy could be like 400 feet long right there, or very tiny if I put him way out here. But he is kind of very tiny. I mean, he was definitely a little Juan. Ah, my brother's calling me. He thinks that because I let him get on last time, that I'm gonna let him, or that I'm gonna answer this phone call. I ain't answering him. Put it in the chat, dog. Like everybody else. Puro no show. No show libre. No show. This guy think he gets special treatment because he's my brother. Pfft. Cálmate, no show. Hey, Rude, you misspelled it, bro. It is N-O space or dash S-H-O-W. Puro no show. The moderator gave him that nickname because we were discussing at the ramp that me and him were gonna have to duke it out since we're right around the same weight class now. And then that led to him being called No Show. All right, guys, we got 2 more casts left in us because we want to get back and check what the problem is. And it's hard to figure things out in the dark. Catch me at 135. Okay, so this guy wants me to basically die and decompose. I mean, maybe the mortician will take out my organs and then potentially I'll get closer to 135 and then decompose a little bit. Maybe they take out some of my bones and then he wants me to meet him at 135. Hey, bro, you're just trying to make me lose my muscle mass, dog. We ain't doing that. 75. So just be a man. Bros, there's this little floating something right next to me right now. It's man-made for sure. I don't know what it is. But I'll tell you that when I turned to my left and I saw it, there was a little bit of a whoa, whoa, whoa moment right there, because I was like, whoa, whoa, what's this thing coming towards me? Looks like a basketball. Maybe. So this is my last cast. Will it be to the ball? I doubt it. It is something round and colorful. wish I had a light that worked on the boat. But I only have my, I got a lighter. Anyway. Let's night fish. Bro, you want me to night fish with you? I'll just hear you crying about something. Hey, wait. It's dark out here, way. Quit stories. Throwing up. Way. Choose us. Hey, wait. I think something touched me, way. Heard something splash. Yeah, dude, it was a fish that I just caught. Hey, wait, that was scary, way. Oh, hey, wait. Can I go up to the front of the boat with you? Bro, you're gonna step on my rods. Yeah, wait, but I'm scared back here. There might be like mermaids, the Llorona, something. I'm like, dog, just stay back there. Hey, wait, have you seen the size of the moon tonight? I'm like, bro, that is my safety light. Ay, wait. I thought it was a moon the whole time. Yeah, wait, it is not. Then I'll tell him something like, quit being a breadocha. Then he'll be all like, what's a breadocha? Well, look at yourself. That's a breadocha. All right, guys, I'm gonna go look and see what this thing is. Headlamp is in the glove compartment. Bro, I play out every scenario at all times, especially when they involve my brother. Let's see what we got here, guys. Oh, it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Oh, we got ourselves a little Spider-Man. Looks like a little Spider-Man beach ball. Look at this, guys. Best catch of the day. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Look at that. You never know what you're gonna catch out here. I always catch the most random. Look at that guy. Dang, bruh. Let's put him in there with Unlimited. Hey, Unlimited. You want a beach ball, dog? There you go. Oh, he must be so happy down there, Unlimited. Unlimited's down there and he's like, oh, Doug, I was bored. And now he's got a beach ball. He can hang out, do some recreational stuff. But yeah, bro, you got to play out all the scenarios when it comes to my brother. When he's all like, hey, wait, I'm going to go over to your house. And I'm like, okay, how can this end badly? And then I play out all the scenarios. I'm like, okay, he's going to show up to my house, this, that, maybe that. Who knows? Then you play them all out before you tell him, all right, dog, I guess you could show up. Why don't I have a headlamp? The moderator says I do have a headlamp, dog. I can't find it. She said it was in the glove compartment. Well, I can't find it. There's so many things in the glove compartment, bro. There's microphones, there's this, that, and the other. It's hard to find, hard to find stuff. All right, guys, well, spaghetti and popcorn chicken, or spaghetti and popcorn chicken? What? All right, guys. My apologies that we are ending it slightly early, or maybe we're ending it at the same time that we always end it, but I seem to be able to see a little bit more, so I think this might be early. My brother's telling me to do something, giving me a directive. Oh, Ashalo, I never listen to prerochas, bro. The day I listen to a prerocha, you might as well bury me, dog. So we survived the chaos, guys. The streak survived, the non-zero survived, the consecutive days of fishing survived. We have survived the chaos. The battery, we'll figure it out. How about spaghetti with popcorn chicken? So here's the thing, 22, the spaghetti already has, I think, sausage in it. So adding the popcorn chicken, that's gonna be, I don't know if that's good or bad. But see, it's one of those that like the popcorn chicken stands on its own and you're like, ah, that's delicious. That's delicious. And then if you kind of put it in spaghetti, you might take away from it a little bit. But it could be like chicken parmesan. Who knows? It might end up being similar to that. Wait, are you saying to have both of them separate, but eat both of them? Be all like, okay, I'll take the popcorn chicken and also some spaghetti. My brother said that we should go frog gigging. That means that in the dark, I'm gonna give this fool a weapon that is capable of impaling, well, frogs, but probably people and whatever. So he thinks I'm going to give him a weapon in the dark and be like, oh, this is a great idea, bro. We should have gone frog gigging years ago. No, my friend. I will not give you a weapon in the dark, bro. That is stupid. This guy frog gigging. Don't be crazy. I can barely trust you with hooks during the day. And now all of a sudden you're gonna be freaking Aquaman or King Triton. I think that's who it is. And you're just gonna be, I'm supposed to trust you with I think they're tridents. I'm just supposed to trust you with that. And nothing can go wrong, bro. Like, you're not gonna stab the boat. You're not gonna do anything crazy. So yeah, that is a recipe. Now, you keep on saying, I'm him. If by him you mean no-show, then yeah, dog, you're definitely him. I agree with you 100%. You are him. But if you are talking about like you are a vato of chingones, well, I will disagree with you. You are not him. Because him would be on the boat. But as you can see, you are not. Thus, you cannot be him. I mean, I might even go so far as saying, you are her. You are her. There's a lot of flying bugs here. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to wait. I would even go so far as to say that Kimmy is him and you are her. Kimmy, you should walk around the house and be all like, I'm him. Oh yeah, dude. I have a healthy fear of providing you any weapons, bro. Your own safety. I don't know who everything and then says 911, what is your emergency? And I'll be like, so check it out. I got a brother and he kind of sucks, but he kind of convinced me to go frog gigging with him. And I gave him a trident and it is now in his foot or leg or both, who knows. He ended up impaling it and I heard a little ding, so I think he's hit his titanium rod. So anyways, if you can just come over here and, you know, help this idiot out, I'd appreciate it. I will still be fishing here while you guys show up. So, you know, if it were me, bro, that's how I see that happening. So I'm gonna go get the truck. Well, you guys enjoy my brother's response to the fact that he would end up impaling his own leg while we were frog gigging. I mean, and that's the best scenario because this fool might try and like impale me. Just chilling, dog. You?
Yeah, bro.
Damn, bro. They drive earlier and earlier every year.
Hey! Hey!
You want me to go help her?
She can't get it this next time. This ain't about her trip. Go back, look at
All right, dudes, what did I miss? This guy made Unlimited cry. Thanks a lot, Tino Dad. You made Unlimited cry. Oh, 22, that was his wife. Dang, bros. My brother's just trying to make me feel bad for making fun of him. It ain't gonna work, dog, because I remember many years of you picking on me, bro. It's payback time, dog. Remember, guys, turn the other cheek. Dude, that vato was like he had a baby in his hands. I was like, dang, bro. They got him driving younger every year. But yeah, his wife actually did pretty good. And this is the part where I need to say a caveat here. Trin making me feel my own feelings, you jerk. You see? Tino Dad just comes in and ruins everybody's day. We were all having a good time and then he makes us all cry. That's what he used to do to me, guys. I used to be having the greatest of times and then he'd be all like, you know what? That idiot looks too happy. And I'd be all like, hey, dude, check out this cool. And boom, he'd slap it out of my hand or he would do something stupid. And then just to try and make me cry. Now, what the heck? What did I do? I was just living my life and enjoying it. And then all of a sudden, you didn't seem to like that. And boom. Boom, slapped everything out of my hand or punched me or did secret things like hit me to where my parents couldn't see and then my parents would be like, why are you crying? But well, that idiot hit me. Bill, I don't remember how many we caught. Initially, we thought we weren't going to catch any because that's just the way the day was going. But then it turns out that we did catch some. I don't remember how many, dog. I usually don't keep track because if they ain't BBLs, then we have a problem. So yeah, guys, don't even get fooled. This fool's going to make it seem like, oh man, look guys, we're all buddies. And then next thing you know, all right, guys, whenever he brings his favorite lure and he loses it, we're gonna laugh. Or whatever the case is. But I remember many days crying my own tears. Or whatever. Crying my own tears when I was able to because, you know, when you're younger and you're Mexican, you can cry until there's a point that magically you can't ever cry again. But yeah, that's what he would do. Maybe he was trying to get me to that point sooner. So maybe I should be more thankful for him. He'd be like, look, I'm gonna try and make you a man before you have any descendings. And I'll be like, dang, dog, Shouldn't they descend before you try and make me a man? No, we will not. So maybe I should just thank him, guys. Because, well, so here's the thing, guys. So I'll thank him for helping mold me into who I am. You know, a less trusting person, let's just call it wiser person. You know, somebody who sees the situation for, you know, more than what it is on the surface. I gotta look and analyze the situation and be all like, what is really going on here? So we'll thank him for that. But, what do you call it? He need not be teaching any more lessons now, guys. I'm a grown man. So why does he still try and teach lessons like, hey bro, yeah, I'll be there. No, I'm not. Like that lesson, I'm like, bro, I already learned that lesson. Teach me something different, like surprise me, like be like, yo, dude, I'm gonna be there. And then actually show up. And that will be a lesson in expect the unexpected. Because right now I expect the expected. When he says, yo, I'll be there, I'm like, whatever, dog. You ain't never gonna be here. And now if he really wanted to teach me a lesson, he would teach me to expect the unexpected by showing up. But nah, no way. No way I expect that one. So, come on, brother. New lessons, vato. Get a new playbook. But as always, guys, the vatos, we always good to thank the good Lord that the streak continues. We will continue streaking, as it were. Oh, dudes, remember I was complaining about there being too many bugs on my truck? I don't know if it was just a different time or whatever, but maybe it's because I had the sunshades in there and they were reflecting light. Hey, what's up, Unlimited? They were reflecting light, and then we, it drew bugs by vehicle. What the case is, bugs today. Oh. Hey guys, I feel like I need to explain that before you guys are like, what the heck are anal ways? So, this guy, he wants to say, ain't no way. But he always says, way. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no ways. I was like, what? Ain't no way. And let's say you're just randomly hanging out and somebody, you walk by them and be like, oh, ain't no ways, bro. Then I'm like, grass. Ain't no waves. No, bro. Ain't no ways. Ain't no waves. But, Roll Tide, I didn't even go to the other side. I never went to the bridge. We had some technical issues, so bros, that cloud back there, there's lightning back there. We had some technical issues with, like, batteries and stuff, so we didn't go under the bridge. Plus, the other ramp does have a lot of eelgrass on it, dude, so we're not going to use that ramp for a while because that's just going to end up costing us money. So I told you guys there's lightning back there, and now there's not a single lightning. But while we're waiting on this lightning to come out, dudes, I appreciate you guys rolling with me. Always, as always, fish around and find out. Hopefully you guys can get out there, throw some lines. This is 30 times 2 plus 11 days of consecutive fishing and consecutive non-zeros. So we will try and go tomorrow again. God willing, weather permitting, we will handle it. Also, equipment equipment living up to, basically whatever we need. Yo, peace out, Moon. Fish around, find out for sure. Colin, see you later. I guess there ain't gonna be no lightning, guys, so we're out of here. We gotta go eat, go figure out what our problems are. Not just our batteries, but, assess life.